right?
Dogs, nigga.
Let me tell you about the birds and the bees. Hoes flock when you whipping up a key. Don't stop till you froze up your sleeve. Young nigga just chase cheese. Whoa, young nigga just chase cheese. Hoes flock when you whipping up a key. Don't stop till you froze up your sleeve.
Yo, what's up, bro? It's your boy Now, God, hip hop is real. You already know what it is, man. We out here in the city, man, with one of the, I call him the voice of the culture, man, because whenever you hear some of those classics, you hear that voice behind those classics, man. But you already know what it is, man. Beasley in the building.
Hip hop is real. What's up, man?
Yo,
getting crazy. You see this?
You know that's the city, man. What's going on, though, Bees?
What's happening, man? I'm just chilling, man. I'm excited about some of the stuff that we have coming up. Double Impact 2 is kicking off. Just let off the trailer. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about, you know, the first announcement, and we also just dropped a teaser for another event that we have June 11th called Ascension. So look out for that as well. That's going to be fire. Come through and support. So I'm just, you know, here to do events and battles, and you know, I'm just excited that things are going well, and you know, the energy is there, and people are happy. I'm happy.
Bees, man, we just came off one of the biggest events of the year. I mean, one of the biggest events of like I feel like one of the all time. Yeah, like seriously, like one of the. I mean that's. What do you compare this Gnome to? I don't know if it has settled in. Like not all the battles have officially dropped.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. You know what I mean? I think like you know, as time goes by, people appreciate things more. I think there's a certain level of nostalgia for certain events that have taken place in the past. All in all, I thought Gnome had some great battles on it. You know, it's yet to be determined if they're classic or not. But at the end of the day, they were good battles. You know what I mean? Every battle's not going to be a classic. But just because it's not a classic doesn't mean that it's not good. But I do think that there are some classics on Gnome. And I think the people will decide ultimately, you know, because my opinion is kind of biased in that situation. And
just, you know, seeing, you know, the level of what Gnome did with the, you know, it being sold out in that capacity and things like that, you know, people are still, you know, it doesn't matter how much they eat, they still want more, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now we see you just hit us to, you know, today, man, with the Double Impact.
Yes.
The return of Hitman, Verb, St. Louis. People saying, yo, Beasley been beefing with St. Louis, man. We got St. Louis back on the
people gotta understand, man. You know, there's always gonna be discrepancies and back and forth. But ultimately, at the end of the day, man, that's a brotherhood between, you know, us and the MCs that we work with. I mean, sometimes we're on good terms, sometimes we're on bad terms. But I mean, it's never really that serious to the point where, you know, there can't be a conversation as long as nobody's family got hurt, or there's no money involved, or lost, or stolen, or anything like that, then, you know, our relationships remain intact. So, you know, even if we don't see eye to eye in certain situations, time heals wounds, and, you know, you can go in and have conversations and work things out. And as long as everything is amicable for all parties involved, you know, we can move forward and press forward. So it wasn't really a tough thing to make happen. You know?
I mean, you know, the people can't wait. I know you guys got some more on that card and everything like that. I know you got their opponents coming on soon. I know you got something crazy for us?
Well, I got something crazy, bro. Trust me, man. I got some teams on there. I got some teams that people wouldn't expect. I mean, I just think that, you know, people have to start to learn to trust us. I mean, I think people are, you know, even with the Gnome card, as you just mentioned, you know, there were definitely some big names on there, but there were some newer faces on the card as well, you know. And we did that to kind of show that, you know, this thing moves no matter what. The culture's the culture, you know what I mean? Not one person or one name is not bigger than the culture, you know what I mean? And I think people trust us now a little bit better. You know, they still are a little apprehensive at certain times, but I think they're learning to trust that we try our best to put stuff together that's good. And listen, every card that we do is not going to be a great card or an exceptional one. We've had some duds. Everybody has, you know what I mean? But the thing is that you keep going and you do better cards and you try to improve the next time. And I think we executed with Gnome 7. I thought Gnome 6 was strong as well too. You know what I mean? So I think lately we've been showing up with some decent stuff. You know what I mean? If we do a battle event, even on Born Legacies, if we have 6 battles and 4 of them are good, or 3 of them are great, 1 is okay, 1 sucks, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's the game. You're not always gonna have everything be top notch. You know what I mean? So I think people have to relax and understand that, and just have confidence that we're gonna continue to press forward, and we'll do more events and more battles.
How do you, I wanted to say Double Impact before the shot, Shumpert after the shot.
Beasley.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Me with that.
how you feel about, you know, surfing, you know, the gun titles not being able to come back on this journey again, man?
That shit is, you know, that hurts, man. It's unfortunate. You know, I hope that things pan out. You know, I want to say something too. You know, I see a lot of people, you know, already, you know, condemning Surf and saying he's stupid, or, you know, he's gonna do a lot of time, or whatever the case may be. But you never know the situation. You know, at the end of the day, he's somebody who's popular in our culture, and he's, you know, popular in his community. And you're gonna have people that are jealous, people that approach you, people that try to do things to you, and we don't know the situation. You know what I mean? To speak on it, that man could have just been defending himself. You know, or, you know, sometimes things just happen, you know what I mean, that are unpredictable, that are beyond our control. So before we pass judgment on him, we need to know the facts, you know what I mean? And from what I'm hearing, he's just being held right now. He hasn't really been charged with anything. So, I mean, before we jump to conclusions and say all these different things, let's just see what the outcome is of his case. You know, our prayers are with him. I actually spoke to Surf, what was it, like about 2-3 days ago. He was in great spirits. He sounded good, and, you know, he said he's got his legal counsel, and he's fighting his case, and he's fighting, you know, the allegations that are being thrusted upon him. And, you know, let's just see how it all pans out. But he says he has good legal counsel, and he said he would have tried to bail out, but he just didn't have any bail at this time. So, you know, it's still early. Let's see what happens. You know, he has been locked up for a while, so, you know, it is unfortunate, but it is, you know, devastating that he can't be a part of Double Impact 2, being that he was the biggest battle. Him and Tay-Rock had the biggest battle last year, and one that really sent this thing to another level.
That's a fact.
But maybe he can be on Double Impact 3, you know?
Nah, definitely, man. Are we, you know, some of the guys who helped really push this card, NWX,
For
DNA,
sure.
and K-Shine, you know the fans gonna want to definitely see those guys back in there fighting again, man.
Well, pay attention and stay close, man. You know, DNA and K-Shine are definitely pillars in pushing the 2-on-2 culture forward. Of course, they didn't invent it. It's been going on for a long time. You know, from the Jump Off TV days, there were other teams out there, you know, who were doing it. But I credit DNA and K-Shine for the resurgence of it and the popularity of it, and going out there and going around to different leagues and different regions and, you know, different countries, you know, promoting that style of battle rap, making it popular, bringing it up to the level where it really got on our radar, and we decided to really take the 2-on-2 battle format to another level with Double Impact. So shout to DNA, shout to K-Shine, you know, for really spearheading that movement.
How fun was it for you guys putting this card together? Like, you know, trying to get the matchups,
this
the chess and steams.
This is the all-star game of battle rap. You know what I mean?
The
this
Clips
is like,
and Johns, like just putting those things together to
just
see them
calling
come.
these guys up and proposing different guys who don't normally work with one another, and seeing if they would like to, you know, be a part of what we got going on was actually exciting. You know what I mean? Seeing them come together and how they put the material together, and, you know, you go in everybody's hotel room before the matchup and they're working, and this one is in the corner and these guys are going over their rhymes. So I think it's something that's kind of fun for the guys, you know what I mean? Because Double Impact is something that people like to watch. You know, of course, you know, we can determine that based on the viewership of the actual matchups and the battles, but it's something that's kind of more fun. It's a little less stressful, and it's a time for them to have a matchup that's big but not as serious, kind of like an all-star game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you got the East versus
all the
West.
stars
You want to see who wins for East versus West with all your favorite stars teaming up, but if one team loses, it's not detrimental to their career. Nobody's really super upset about it. You know what I mean? They go on with the regular thing. Now, when you go to like Gnome and Summer Madness, which is like the playoffs and the Super Bowl little culture, that's a different story. There's a lot more on the line. But I think that everybody that I've spoken to is taking Double Impact 2 seriously, and they're really excited about it, and everybody's kind of fighting for the performance of the night. So let's see what transpires.
I need a dark piece of photo, had the blinds going blind, looking for narcos, whipping the tar slow, scale it out, sipping and imprinted with barcodes. Fuck a runner back in the Civic, whipping the car slow. Can't go outside for a broad. All my wrists is frogs. All my